Hey everyone, so we've been working on preparing this Syntropic. So we've removed all the vegetation. Some of that's gone up to the chickens, but the harder material has been chopped up and placed in the paths. We're in the process of doing the reset on the tree lines, and so that material is coming into here, hence a lot of banana material and other material in the paths. To build up that organic matter, you need to accumulate as much organic matter as you can. So the beds are now ready to have compost put on. So at this stage, in early days of this Syntropic, this is only 6 months ago that we started this, and at this stage I don't feel that we're getting a lot of material from the tree lines to support this here, and also I'm not growing grass in here, which the Syntropic methodology, they would like us to grow grass in here. We need to have more importers bringing nutrients in. So I have an abundant supply of compost in the design of our property here. We have an abundance of compost being made all the time. So we're going to bring that compost in. There's a variation in that compost. There's some from our biodigester that's gone through a decomposition process with the chickens. And then there's also material that's come out of the chicken pens, and there's also some material that's come out of the goat pens. That's had sawdust mixed with it, and that's been sitting and breaking down nicely. And so we're going to put a mixture of that on. These are about 10-metre long beds, and we're probably going to put in about 3 big wheelbarrow loads of variation of the 3 types of material I just mentioned. And then that'll be put on here, and then we'll mulch on top of that. Okay, so we've put on what we call the BDCC. So this is the compost that comes out of, is made from the material coming out of our methane gas biodigester, and it's had sawdust added to it, and the chickens have processed it and turned into a nice material. And we have quite a bit of this, so that's our sort of our first layer that we put on. It's not very thick. You can see the soil underneath. It's a bit thicker on the edge as we've flattened it out. Now we've got another mix here. This is cow manure. Just had compost worms go through it. Just a whole pile of cow manure. So it's rotted down, and also had compost worms going through it. And then that's the top bit, and then further in, I don't know that I want that in there. Further in, we've got a bit hard to see now. Stuff from the chook pen and stuff from the goat yard. So there's a really nice rich mix in there, and diverse. And so now we're going to spread that on, and hopefully get that a bit thicker up than the first one, because the first one's gone a bit thin in the center there. And then we'll be mulching on top of that. You might be quite envious of the material that we have, but that's what I've been spending all the years up to now, is setting up a system so that I have this material on call all the time. Every week I get 3.5 wheelbarrow loads of this material here from the biodigester after it's gone through its composting process, and we have this stuff coming on all the time as well. So whenever I need to do a reset, there's probably about 35 square meters in this section in the middle here, maybe 40 square meters. We got plenty of material. We're going to be putting on probably 12 wheelbarrow loads all up in this space in here, which is a lot of fertility, but I really need to lift this. This is not a fertile soil here in the base soil, and so we really need to lift it up and really speed it up and get some food grown. Okay guys, we've done our mulching, not quite finished with the mulching, and this is the chip, this beautiful material that we got from the goat forage, the waste from the goat forage, this beautiful chip. So we're putting this in the path, and this is going to bring in your fungal ecology that's really needed for this system to really function. We're focusing a lot on the fungi, bacteria of course, but the fungi. Now in the mulch you'll see here, if you want to come closer Zora, Aaron has come in and he's put the longer material, he's sort of made a bit of a rope of it, and he's put it on the edge to protect the edge. And then in the center here we've got finer material. So as we've cut the grass, we've whippersnipped it or used the brush cutter blade, we've gotten different material. So this has been done with the twine on the whippersnipper, so it's finer. So we'll be planting into that, so that's easier to work with. And then we've got the coarser, longer material supporting the edges. And so that's been done really well. So we just got a couple more wheelbarrow loads of that to come in. And I'm chipping the paths. I'd like a lot more chip in here, but we're limited on the amount of chip we've got at this stage. But we have got an abundant source of decomposed sawdust, and we'll probably be bringing a few wheelbarrow loads of that in just to bring this up to probably about this height with some good organic material, the decomposed sawdust.